Bienvenidos a el Chuco Sportscast con tus anfitriones Mark Tep 25 y Red MT 25. ¿Qué pasó, mi gente? Es Mark Tep 25 otra vez. Bienvenidos a otro episodio del Chuco Sportscast, episodio 29. Yo soy el Mark Tep 25 y este es el Red MT 25. ¿Qué pasó, güey?
Nada más, cabrón. Todo bien, man. ¿Qué
Arre.
onda con los Miners?
Yes, exactamente. Hoy es martes y ya sabes que necesitamos hacer UTEP Tuesdays. UTEP Tuesdays. So we talk about UTEP and El Paso things every Tuesday. So let's kind of get started on what we're going to talk about today. Primero, necesitamos hacer palabra del día, Spanish word of the day. Mi lengua. So la palabra para hoy, 12 de octubre, es alumbrar, which means to light. Y los dos ejemplos. El primero es, nos llevamos una linterna para alumbrar el camino, which means, shall we take a lantern to light the way? I know we don't need lanterns anymore porque tenemos celulares, but you get the point. Y un otro es, dos antorchas alumbraban la celda del prisionero, which means two torches lit the prisoner's cell. It's pretty dark there, huh? Pero esto es tu palabra del día, okay? A little Spanish lesson in your words of the day. Arre pues. So now let's talk about UTEP. At the current moment, as you have already heard, UTEP is currently 5-1. They just beat the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. They pretty much were consistent throughout most of the game, scoring a touchdown in almost every quarter. And then the final quarter, interesting, you don't see that every day, only scoring 5 points. I guess they got a safety and a field goal. So good for them. As far as the UTEP teams,
they did, yeah.
As far as the Miners go, the quarterback, Gavin Hardison, híjole, my dyslexia. Gavin Hardison went for 127 yards with one interception. He didn't score a touchdown, but he went for 100 yards passing. As far as rushing, we had Ronald Awat with 159 yards and a touchdown, and Jacob Cowing with 53 yards and a touchdown. So we had a pretty balanced running game. The passing wasn't so good. Hardison is one of those players that he has good weeks and he has bad weeks. Hopefully he bounces back next week. I mean, a win is a win, but hopefully Hardison, improves and gets better. And then as far as receiving, we had Tyron Smith with 55 yards, Reynaldo Flores, 48 yards, Jacob Cowing, who was one of the running backs, with 24 yards. We didn't get any receiving touchdowns, but hey, they put in some work as far as the receiving end is concerned. Then overall, the defense, we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 sacks in total. Man, that's a pretty damn good defense UTEP has, with 5 sacks and 1 interception by Dennis Barnes. This is a pretty good overall defense, man. Getting
Progress
5
is
sacks.
Being made. Progress is being made.
Exactly, that's something. And then kick return, we got Dennis Barnes with 34 yards with the average of 17 yards per return. And then the punt returns, we got 6 yards on Justin Garrett. Kicking, Gavin Bacol, I think that's how you pronounce his name, with a 38 long yard. I can't speak today. 38-yard long field goal, with pretty much 6 points. Or actually, that's as long as he was 1 for 2. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, overall, that's on the Miners' end. They did pretty well. Again, like I said, Hardison can stand to improve. And then the Southern Miss Golden Eagles, what happened was Jake Lang, man, he had 2 touchdowns with 239 yards on pretty good efficiency, 20 for 31. He did have an interception, though. And wow, I didn't know this. Frank Gore Jr. I didn't know that his son played for the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. That's pretty cool. Well, looks like
we all know how Frank Gore is, man. He's a beast.
Yeah, man, he is. And his son doesn't seem to be a chip. I mean, he seems to be a chip off the old block. 43 yards and 16 carries. So Dejon Richard with 3 yards, Jack Walker and Chandler Pittman. So like, not as balanced, like just very small yardage. And then, God bless, the quarterback had negative 32 yards. God, he must have gotten sacked really bad. I bet you that's what happened.
Well, yeah, they sacked him 5 times.
Damn, that's crazy, dude.
So the defense came out and did their jobs. Wow.
Oh, and Frank Gore Jr. also had some receiving yards too, with 58 total receiving yards. Shakarius Caston, had 94 yards. Jason Brownlee had 50 yards and a touchdown. Grayson Gunter had 14 yards. Jamarcus Jones 10 yards, and resulting in a touchdown. So overall, we had decent amount of receiving yards on the Golden Eagles end. The defense, so Malik Shorts got the interception on Hardison. As far as sacks, looks like the O-line held pretty well against this defense. Because, yeah, the only thing they had was that interception, but ever since then, like, it was really nothing much as far as defensive. I mean, they had some tackles, but, man, are you saying that some of these tackles were missed tackles? Oh, no, these are assists. Okay, I was a little confused. I was like, what? Oh, yes, a lot of these players assisted, so they were they're a pretty good cohesive team, at least trying to get the tackle, but overall, they just couldn't handle UTEP's running game. Kick returns with 48 yards from Cameron Harrell. Daquan Bailey Brown with 2 yards in punt return. Kicking, wow, so Briggs Bourgeois only had 1 point, so I guess that was one field goal after the touchdown. So this was in Roberts Stadium in Southern Miss. But overall, UTEP put out a pretty good win. And hopefully things continue moving forward. As far as their next game, they face the LA Tech. I always forget the Bulldogs. Yeah, the Bulldogs. LA Tech Bulldogs. They're 2-3. So UTEP, I mean, they have a chance to beat this team. They don't seem too special. I mean, but again, anything can happen. So that's at least their next test. And it's still a conference rivalry, so you never know. Conference play always tends to be a little bit harder fought.
Yes, and I mean, regardless of what team it is, good or bad, you got to face who's in front of me and get the job done. So we in a text next, that make sure they get it done. They should win that one. Florida Atlantic, the same with them. They should be able to get the job done. The biggest, I think, out of the entire conference, the biggest challenge will be UTSA.
Yeah, man, because they put up a hell of a lot of points against Western Kentucky, man. They killed them.
Yeah, so UTSA is going to be their biggest one because they are sitting at the top of the Eastern Division of the conference. And
Conference
as far
USA,
as I remember, as far as I know, they're undefeated in conference play. So that's going to be their biggest challenge. Everyone else, I think, is a confirmed win, but they still got to put the work in and get it done. Remember, one game at a time. So
yeah, and they're one game away from getting bowl eligibility, which hasn't happened in a long while. So if they win against LA Tech, they're bowl eligible. So even if they lose the next 5 games, they're bowl eligible. We hope that doesn't happen, and they
dude,
fight.
I'll tell you this: I do not like. The last time they went to a bowl game was my freshman year in college. And they won their first part of the season, and then they just lost the second half, and they were pretty much 500. It's like, no, they got to push forward and get to a winning season. I don't want to see that happen again. They need to win every game that they have left, regardless. Next game, yes, they got to win it to where they're bowl eligible. But regardless of that, doesn't mean just because you are bowl eligible doesn't mean you lay
foot
back.
Off the brakes.
Your foot off the gas. It doesn't mean you don't put your foot on the brake. Yeah. So I pray.
Man, it's been a day. I've been forgetting shit.
But I just hope that Coach Dimmel is able to put, hey, our work is not done. Mm-hmm. And shout out to him, and he's really done a good job. And was it the game they won against Southern Miss was also his birthday, so that was an awesome present, I guess, for him too. But hey, I hope these players, it's like, we're not done yet, man. We're halfway through. We're not done yet. Get the job done. Let's go. So I pray that the team just continues to improve and continue to push forward. So, yeah.
And we'll see what happens. Excited. Yeah, we'll see what happens against UTSA. But, we talk about this, and then I've been, Facebook and Twitter, they always post, KVIA and all the other local stations and news outlets stuff as far as, coverage on the miners and all that. And there was one that, we're finally, we're one game eligible. Híjole, no puedo hablar. we are one game away from being bowl eligible. So again, that was the article. And then in the comments section, man, I don't understand, man. El Pasoans need to lighten the fuck up, man. We need to lighten the fuck up. Like, dude, I get it. I'm pretty critical of the team, but come on. The team is 5-1. I understand, oh, well, what about the loss against a good team like Boise State? Like, why isn't anybody talking about that? I was like, dude, you don't think they understand that? The thing is, they are 5-1 and one game away from being bowl eligible, which has not fucking happened in a long time. So
Yes.
let's take the victories a little at a time. You know, nobody is saying that this team is a world beater, that they're just going to square up and beat random fucking like ranked teams like goddamn Alabama or Texas A&M. Nobody's saying that shit. Like the thing is, they're doing better, and that's what's important. They've gotten better.
Yes, and yeah, people seem to say that. Look, I mean, this team has the potential beating those ranked teams in the future. They do. I see it. However, people forget. Okay, we lost to Boise State. Don't think that they didn't learn from that. But at the end of the day, who we play in our conference is what is important. Is Boise State in our conference? No, they're not. We have to, at the end of the day, face the ones that are in our conference and get the job done, because that's what all schools are focused on. Is the most important thing is conference play, is who you play in your conference, and then how and then the championship game. That's what matters. And then the bowl game is a bonus in my opinion. So it's like, if Boise State was in our conference, then I'd understand what you're saying, but they're not. It was an exhibition game, as they call it. Those that are outside the conferences are exhibition games. They just play it like that. But it's like, I know a lot of these teams are not doing so well, hence that's why Conference USA is not the best conference, but still we're in it. So we got to, at the end of the day, face those that are within the conference. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So,
I mean, I get what you mean, but I mean, you still have to try and play well. But again,
we're not
at that level yet.
And I'm not saying that.
And we understand that, but I had some pendejos in the comments section of that article just, being totally ridiculous. And again, they need to understand, they just got new staff, like heads, like front office, like athletic staff.
Yeah, the athletic department is more or less brand new. We're trying to work with it, and it's like, come on, man, you got to give this a shot. Now, going back to what you said, I'm not saying not to give it your all. I didn't say that at all. What I mean is, no matter who you go against, you got to give it your all. But I'm just saying, like, Boise is not in our conference, so it's just like a throw up game in a way. Because like I said, exhibition games are just thrown into the schedule. No, well, it's a throw up because it's like, well, not like that, man. What I mean is, they.
Esos güeyes están vomitando porque estaban pisteando, güey.
Yeah, güey. But what I mean is, I don't know who does the scheduling in the conferences, like the conference, where they're located. It's like, but they always throw a random game that of a team that's not within the conference. That's just how it is if you look at a lot of conferences around the country. So it was a toss-up game. It was like, oh, let's throw them in there. Let's get them playing. It's like, I know we're not going to beat them because, like I said, we're not at that level, but they had the potential to do so. But like I said, at the end of the day, the teams in your conference is what is important in order to get to the conference championship game, and then the bowl games after that. So that's what I'm trying to say.
And again, we have a really good team this year. I mean, again, I don't expect them to beat UTSA. It would be fucking amazing if they did. Pero ni modo. Like they're gonna, if they win at least against Louisiana Tech and so like Florida International, then it's gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be okay.
Well, they still got to try, because you never know what could happen. UTSA has been pretty good the last year or two, so they got to be on their guard.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a hard-fought game and they lose, it's one thing. If they just completely fold, then that's another. But overall, UTEP has gotten better, and I just think El Pasoans just need to lighten the fuck up, dude. I get it. We've gone through so many years of mediocrity, and take it as you will. But right now, they're doing good. So just give credit where it's fucking due. Y ya, cálmense.
I agree.
Let's all calm the fuck down. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that UTEP is doing good. And hopefully soon we'll get to talk a little bit more about other like UTEP stuff down the line. But that's really all I wanted to talk about as far as UTEP stuff today. So now let's kind of transition on into El Paso things. So besides, UTEP stuff, we also have El Paso's very own Locomotive, the football team. Football Club El Paso Locomotive. They just won, 5 days ago, the Copa Tejas. They scored 3 goals in the second half to win. So they lifted its first ever trophy in the club's history, winning the 2021 edition of Copa Tejas. El Paso was able to clinch the Copa as a result of the 3-3 draw to San Antonio at Southwest University Park. And then the Locos, that's kind of funny that their nickname is the Locos. Locomotive. The Locos came back from a 2-0 deficit to lead 3-2 before San Antonio scored the equalizer in stoppage time. But I'm guessing they might have won in penalty kick, I guess. That's so the El Paso Locomotive, and by the way, this article is part of the Striker Texas. And I guess a lot of these teams are pretty much the USL League, and they also talk about the Texas teams in general, like the Houston, like FC Houston, FC Dallas, FC Austin, just all of them. They talk about all the Texas team in this one. And this article is by Joe Rodriguez, and this was written October 7th. So yeah, El Paso Locomotive FC and San Antonio FC played a spectacular 3-3 draw Wednesday night at Southwest University Park in El Paso. Locomotive came back in spectacular fashion, scoring 3 goals in the second half, but it was not enough as San Antonio scored less than 2 minutes to play in stoppage time to salvage the tie and leave the Sun City with 1 point in their back pocket. Still, the result was good enough for the Locos to win and lift their first trophy in the club's brief 3-year history, winning the 2021 edition of Copa Tejas. Despite all that, the way the night ended for El Paso still has yet to be still has to be a tad bitter, as the win slipped through their grasp after making phenomenal effort to come back from a 2-0 deficit to take the lead, only to have to settle for a draw and 1 point that comes with it. So in essence, because they had the point, I guess, within the bracket play, that gave them the advantage, so that's why they lost. So only to settle for a draw and 1 point that comes with it. Safe to say the general consensus tonight for all those attached to this team in some way is that the Locomotive didn't gain a point, but lost 2. But see, you can't look at it that way, man. Like,
wait, I'm kind of confused. It was like, so did they win or did they lose?
They did win because, again, they tied the game. The San Antonio tied the game, but I think because of the overall bracket and the way that they played, because again, you get a certain amount of points, like when you're playing within a bracket in soccer.
Yeah.
And that kind of helps your ranking. So because El Paso had the better, had more amount of the points overall, I'm guessing that is why El Paso won, even with the tie.
So the game ended in a draw. They didn't do penalty kicks. I would have figured, being... Yeah,
I know. I'm a little surprised at that too, but I guess it's just dependent upon the league. Each league has different stipulations.
I guess that's a little strange.
I mean, there's more to this article, pero I don't have any more access to it because I can't really gain access to this. But in general, like, it was a good game and it was a pretty good season overall. I mean, the fact that El Paso, has a championship in that regard is still good. I mean, it's a football city.
Yeah,
so might as well get it. Might as well get everything that comes with it.
Of course. I mean, we are on the border, and soccer is, or football is king in a way. I mean, other than American football, of course, but still, it's still very strong of a sport there. So if I'm trying to remember correctly, U.S. Locomotive, I'm happy for them. Congratulations. This is definitely something in the right direction. Hopefully it'll grow. Like, what level is the Locomotive? Semi-pro, you said, or AAA?
I think they're. I guess in a way they're part of the USL, so I'm guessing they're kind of a similar league, if not separate. I can't really explain it all that well.
Okay.
But
I'll look it up then.
so I guess there's another like tournament scheduled, and this is the Striker Texas USL. So I guess this is the total USL um, league play. So let's see. So the week full Striker Texas panel joins the show to break down a ton of goals. Roberto Silva shed some insight of how the USL makes its schedule. Now, one of the professional sports leagues where teams have such a big say in schedule making. No puedo hablar. Have a big say in schedule making decisions. So they're talking about San Antonio FC versus Memphis, El Paso versus San Antonio FC, which I guess happened, and then I guess El Paso went on the road to beat Tulsa, and then Rio Grande Valley beat NMU, and then the Bold beat Tacoma, and the Bold beat OKC. So I'm guessing these are the recent games. I'm a little confused. So I guess we have to look at a schedule for USL. A ver, just to humor us a bit.
Yeah, it says it's a pro team. It's a pro league. So if there are a full professional league, then I'm just wondering, like, how does it
Okay, so I'm
compare,
guessing
like,
these are
to
the
the
USL.
MLS?
So I'm guessing these are the USL championships. So as far as the overall, so tomorrow, El Paso Locomotive plays Colorado Springs. So let's see the standings ahorita. So yeah, as far as the points in general. Oh, I'm guessing, you know what this is? I'm guessing it's Copa Texas might be just, the battle of like Texas teams, and I guess El Paso may have just won that. Kind of like how, the Red River rivalry and all that nonsense and all that. So
Right.
hold on, let me do this. I hate when the freaking cursor is stuck in the screen. Okay, a ver. Nope, hold on. Ahí está, okay. And then the standings. So it shows that the Phoenix Rising, San Diego Loyal, Orange County, LA Galaxy 2, I guess that's the secondary team.
LA Galaxy 2. Wow.
I mean, there's some teams that just place it like that. Dude, why is it that this doesn't allow me to ever scroll down to do this shit?
So then the USL, is it part of the MLS, or is it a separate league from the MLS, but a professional soccer league in the US? That's what I'm getting confused about this one. This is like I thought it was like, like with baseball and basketball, how baseball, the MLB has the American League, which is one conference, and the oh my god, why am I blanking on this? Is American League and Northern League, and then like with basketball, Western Conference, Eastern Conference, so on and so forth. Okay, I'm gonna have to look this up because
I mean, this is USL Championship Western Conference Pacific. So I just wish this thing would let me scroll down. I hate when it doesn't allow me to scroll. It's like
you're on a Mac. You're on a Mac, right?
Yeah.
2 fingers.
2 fingers.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do.
No, not doing it. Usually, if you put 2 fingers on the pad, it'll scroll up or down. That's what I would always.
Okay, there we go. Now it's doing it, but it's like this is old. I mean, this is a newer one. So so the different divisions. So we got the Western Conference Pacific with Phoenix Rising being number 1 with 62 points, win and loss being 19-5. Oh, sorry, 19-5-4. So they have 4 losses and 5 draws. And then as far as so the El Paso Locomotive is on top of the Western Conference Mountain region. So they lead in the standings with 55 points with 15 wins and 2 losses, but 10 draws. So they've drawed a lot of the time. So this is pretty interesting.
Well, I mean, in football, you draw. There's a lot more draws than you can count. So
yeah, it's one of those games that you're gonna see a lot more draws, but that's crazy. So yeah, so they're in the same. So as far as their division, they have the San Antonio FC, Colorado Springs Swing, I think it was called, Austin Bold, New Mexico, Rio Grande Valley Toros, the Real Monarchs, and then also we have the Eastern Conference Central with Louisville City being on top of that. So I'm guessing it's almost its own league, but I guess some of these kind of feed into the MLS even then. Because yeah, see the New York Red Bulls, definitely that's an MLS team. Sporting KC, that's definitely an MLS team. So Memphis 901. Let's see, that's interesting. This I didn't realize. And then the Eastern Conference Atlantic, you have the Tampa Bay. I don't know what they're called. Tampa Bay ¿qué? Rowdies.
Rowdies.
They're rowdy. National rowdy. Okay. Oh no, standings ese. Standings. Gotta give me them standings ese. Este cabrón. See, isn't that ridiculous? The thing wants to scroll down when it wants to. But the moment I do anything else, it's like, nah, man, nah.
Yeah, I gotta get it more into soccer here in the US so that way I can see how it's doing that.
God, I'm bad with this. Sí, y miren nomás otra vez. I'm trying to look at the standings, cabrones. Mire, I know I pressed the stupid thing. Así, mire. There we go. Ándale. Okay, so the Tampa Bay Rowdies, Pittsburgh. Yeah, so a lot of these are feeders into the MLS. So I think that it is its own league, but it also feeds into the MLS too. It's hard to explain, I guess, but in general, all I know is, and all I give a shit about is El Paso's #1 in their division. So yeah, that's all.
That's the main thing. But I'm glad they're doing well. I'm really happy for them.
Yeah, pero so yeah, that's kind of a good thing that's going on for El Paso soccer at the moment. I think there's also another team called FC Southwest, but let me see if they're a different league. So FC Southwest. Southwest FC. Yeah, they're also in El Paso, Southwest FC.
So we have 2 soccer teams.
Yeah, and I think,
but it says it's an amateur sports team. So
I have a feeling
semi-pro. Then
I'm not even certain, but I have a feeling David Lopez Molinar might be on that team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, David. Yeah, I believe he is. He's on one of them.
Yeah, a good buddy of ours from El Paso that's a futbolista. So kind of excited that we have a buddy there. But let's see. Let's just look into this real quick. I'll try to not take too long on this.
Okay, here. Maybe this will shed some clarity. So I was just looking this up. So for professional men's professional soccer for at least men in the men's league, they're divided into 3 divisions. So Division 1, and this is all professional, but
in the MLS or the United States.
Yeah, it's like in the United States, major professional soccer is divided up into 3 divisions. And this for professional, which is kind of interesting. I would understand this for like the collegiate level, but never seen this for pros. But I guess every league's different.
Pero es diferente con fútbol.
Right. That's why it's very interesting. So for professional soccer, Division 1 is the MLS. So that's Division 1 soccer, still pro. So Division 2 soccer in the US is the Usl Championship.
So they're Division 2.
Yes, they're Division 2. And so MLS has 27 teams. So MLS being Division 1, 27 teams founded in 1993. And of course, the first season was 1996. Division 2 is the USL Championship. Professional, they have 31 teams. It was founded in 2010, first season in 2011. So Division 3 professional soccer in the US is the USL League 1. Interesting. So they have 12 teams, was founded in 2017. First season was in 2019. It's a fairly new league. And the second team in Division 3, there's 2 in Division 3. Second team, Division 3, National Independent Soccer Association, or NISA. They have 10 teams, founded in 2017 as well. First season was 2019 to 2020. Interesting. Okay, so that clears up a lot. So the Locomotive is a professional team. They're just in, I believe, division. They're a Division 2, so they're the USL Championship League. Right? I think is right. USL Championship is what they said.
Yeah,
because I think League One is they're not in that. So cool. So they're Division 2, Division 2 professional soccer team in the US.
but Southwest
Nice.
FC, what are they?
Southwest FC. Let me look that up for you because this is I find this fascinating to see that. Let me click on USL Championship. See what teams do they have.
Yeah, I think we just went through the USL Championship, but like as far as Southwest FC, what league are they in? Maybe you can share that as well with us on the screen también. Cuando tienes una chance.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cuando tienes
sure
oportunidad.
So, let's see here. See if I can share this for you. So, here we go.
Okay.
All right. Can you see it? So here is the USL Championship. This is the Division 2 professional soccer men's team in the US. So as you can see here, also part of CONCACAF. So the USL Championship is a Division 2 professional league for US soccer. So and as you can see here, you got two conferences, Eastern and Western Conference, and they had divisions. So it's kind of a mix between the NBA and it's a mix. It's kind of similar to the NBA between conference and divisions. So let's see. Eastern Conference, Atlantic Division, you got Charleston Battery, Charlotte Independence, Hartford Athletic, Loudoun United FC, Miami FC, New York Red Bulls 2. So I guess there's two Red Bull teams. Interesting.
Yeah, the first one is in MLS, yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, that's interesting. Well, why wouldn't they name them something else? Oh, whatever.
No sé.
Pittsburgh River Rounds SC, Tampa Bay Rowdies. Interesting names. Central Division, you got Atlanta United 2. So I guess Atlanta has two teams. I'm sure one's in the MLS. Birmingham Legion FC, Indy 11, Louisville City FC, Memphis 901 FC, and I guess 901 is the area code. Which is cool.
I'm guessing, yeah.
OKC Energy FC, Sporting Kansas City 2. So they got two of those. And FC Tulsa. Oh, cool. So that's Eastern Conference. So now we go to Western Conference, Mountain Division and Pacific Division. So Mountain Division, you have Austin Bold FC, Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC.
Oh, Switchbacks, ahí está. That's why I forgot what they were called.
So, and then, of course, our very own El Paso Locomotive FC. So they are in the USL Championship League Division 2 in the Mountain Division. Nice. New Mexico United. Cool. I didn't know Albuquerque had one. Nice. The Real Monarchs.
Real Monarchs.
Utah. Oh, okay. Rio Grande Valley FC in Edinburgh, Texas. Nice. I didn't know that's where they played. San Antonio FC. All right. And the Pacific Division, you got LA Galaxy 2. So LA Galaxy 1 is in the MLS League. Division 1. Las Vegas Lights, FC Lights. How original. Cool. Oakland Roots FC, SC, Orange County SC, Phoenix Rising FC, Sacramento Republic FC, San Diego Loyal SC, and the Tacoma Defiance. These are the teams within the USL Championship League, which is a Division 2 professional league in US soccer. So that is very interesting to see. Now, just for the curiosity, I'm curious to look at the leagues in the MLS, the soccer teams in the MLS, just so I could know the difference between leagues. So let's look at the MLS, which is Division 1. Let's come down here. So let's see what you got. So now it was funny here. The MLS doesn't have divisions like the USL Championship does. I
don't think there's as many teams in general.
Well, actually, they have 27 teams. So yeah, Did I say was it 31 for the USL Championship? Okay. So Eastern Conference, you have Atlanta United, Chicago Fire, FC Cincinnati, Columbus Crew, DC United, Inter Miami FC, CF Montreal. Okay, so some Canadian teams are within it. Nashville SC, New England Revolution, New York City FC, New York Red Bulls. So technically, New York has 3 teams because of the 2 Red Bull teams. Okay. Orlando City SC, Philadelphia Union, and Toronto SC. So Western Conference, you have Austin FC, Colorado Rapids. So Colorado has 2. FC Dallas. Yeah, they play in Frisco.
Dallas, FC Dallas.
Yeah. We need to go watch some of those games.
Fuck yeah, dude. We should.
Frisco's, maybe 45 minutes away. Let's try to see if we can get some tickets.
Yeah, definitely need to watch a Locomotive
Dynamo
game
FC.
and a FC Dallas game.
Absolutely. Sporting Kansas City. They have 2 of them. LA Galaxy, of course, 2. Los Angeles FC. So technically, Los Angeles has 3 teams.
Yeah, that one recently came in.
Oh, 2018.
Yeah.
I get you. So, yeah. The 2.
Because even Austin FC is very new.
Angeles.
And
they're brand new. They were founded this year.
Yeah, my mother-in-law and her boyfriend have actually been to Austin FC games like a couple of times now.
Yeah, we definitely need to go out to more sporting outings. We'll make it happen. So we got Minnesota United FC, Portland Timbers, Real Salt Lake. So Utah has 2 teams. San Jose Earthquakes, Seattle Sounders FC, Vancouver Whitecaps FC. And
then there's some 2 more teams in El Futuro way.
So 2 teams for the future is Charlotte FC, which will be joining soon, and then St. Louis City FC SC.
Oh yeah, I used to remember Chivas USA. That was interesting for a time. I didn't realize that they went away.
The Tampa Bay Mutiny used to be a team, but they've been gone for over 20 years. Miami Fusion, they've been gone for 20 years, but Miami has a couple of new teams, and then Chivas USA.
I forgot about Chivas USA.
Man, that's too bad. But so now we know the difference between the MLS USL Championship and this.
I know, but we need to know where Southwest.
This is really cool
FC Southwest is though. What league? Let's go back to the other league.
Un momentito. So we went over Division 1, which is MLS, Division 2, which is US Championship. Now we're going to Division 3, which you have 2. You got USL League 1 and National Independent Soccer Association. So let's go over USL League 1. So this is Division 3 soccer. So what we got here. Current teams, since they only got 12 right now. We'll look at the future ones that are coming. So you got the Chattanooga Red Wolves SC, Fort Lauderdale CF, my bad. Forward Madison FC, Greenville Triumph SC, New England Revolution 2. So they got 2 of them.
What's crazy is I'm not seeing this on my screen.
Oh, cool. They play with the Patriots.
Disculpenos, we had some connectivity issues, so let's just kind of go through this part again. It'll be spliced in. For those of you listening on the audio, it will be a little strange, but for those of you watching the YouTube version, then it'll be a little easier to understand. So ahorita, ¿qué tenemos aquí en esta liga?
All right,
so es USL.
So we're going. No, we're going over the USL 1.
Oh, sí, es uno. Perdón.
Yeah, we're going over USL League 1, which is the first Division 3 professional soccer league. So again, we got Chattanooga Red Wolves SC, Fort Lauderdale CF, Forward Madison FC, Greenville Triumph SC, New England Revolution 2, North Carolina FC, North Texas SC in Arlington. What?
Yep.
Okay, I had no idea we had a professional soccer team here in Arlington. I got to check them out. They've only been around since 2018.
They're affiliated with FC Dallas, so might as well.
Which is our MLS Division 1 team. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to check them out. Go figure. Okay, we got Union Omaha, Richmond Kickers, South Georgia Tormenta. Nice, nice. I like it. Toronto FC 2. So Toronto has two Toronto teams. One's in Division 1, one's in Division 3, and then FC Tucson. Cool. So these are the current teams in USL League 1, Division 3. So let's see what teams are expected to come our way in the future. Central Valley Fuego FC in Fresno, founded last year, but they'll be joining next year. Okay, so a new team coming up. Northern Colorado Hailstorm FC. Hailstorm, sorry. Hailstorm FC, my bad. So founded this year, will join next year. So Colorado is going to have what, 3 or 4 teams all across all divisions.
Yeah, cool. I mean, Colorado's a good state for soccer too, man.
Oh, absolutely. And then builds up that lung capacity since you're a mile high. Fort Wayne FC was formed in 2019, should be joining in 2 years. Okay, well, hopefully that happens. Then you got Lexington, Kentucky is going to get one. Don't have a name yet. Don't have a name yet, but it should be joining in 2 years. And then Spokane, Washington will be getting a team in a couple of years. So hey, nice to see that.
And we really ran on a tangent though. Where's Southwest FC, dude? We trying to figure this shit out.
I know. We're going over to see, we're going down a rabbit hole to see how all this works. And so okay, this is interesting to see the legend here. It says if teams that are MLS affiliated and then MLS owned. So a few teams
are actually owned
by a Division 1 team. Okay, that's very, very interesting. I didn't know a Division 1 team in the Division 1 league could own any of the lower league ones. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so that was USL League 1. Now we're going to go over the second Division 3 team, National Independent Soccer Association, which has 10 teams.
And I think that one might have FC Southwest, hopefully.
Let's see. And boom. No, it doesn't. So you have California United Strikers FC. Wow, there's a lot of California teams. Chattanooga FC. So Chattanooga's got 2 teams. Chicago House AC. Man, Chicago's got several. Detroit City FC. Los Angeles. So Los Angeles has 5 soccer teams. Dang. Maryland Bobcats FC. Michigan Stars FC. New Amsterdam FC. San Diego 1904 FC. And Stumptown AC. I like that. Stumptown.
Club on hiatus. New York Cosmos. Interesting.
So New York has 4 teams. So I wonder if they're, I guess, reorganizing to make sure they're good. So we'll see. Hopefully they do. Other clubs announced that I guess will be joining. New Jersey Teamsters. That's funny. I like that. It almost sounds like the Union Teamsters. Union Teamsters FC joining next spring. Flower City Union in Rochester, New York will be joining next spring. And then Valley United FC in Phoenix will be joining next spring. So these leagues, especially these leagues, are growing. Be nice to see what happens here. I'll look at the former teams that they used to have: Atlanta SC, Miami FC, Philadelphia Fury. I heard about them. Oh wow, that's too bad. And Oakland Roots SC. Nice to have some of those teams come back. But so in Division 2 and 3 of professional soccer in the U.S., they're expanding. They're getting there. But as far as we know, we can't seem to find where FC
again.
Southwest
just search them in there. Then the search on Wikipedia. FC Southwest.
I know. I just thought, well, maybe by chance it would be there. That's why I went through them. FC Southwest. Let's see. They have a Facebook page, but they don't. No. Is that them?
Okay. Yeah, that's SC Southwest. That's the UPSL.
So UPSL, United Premier Soccer League. Well, let's look them up. Let's see, because this is United
Premier Soccer League.
Soccer League. All right.
Ándale pues.
Let's
Now we
see.
get to
They
the
got
root, to the
okay.
nitty gritty.
Oh, the United Premier Soccer League is the largest and fastest growing pro development soccer league in America.
So it's the D League.
So it's the D League for professional soccer. Like the MLA has the D League or the G League now.
Yeah, the NBA, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the NBA. So now we know UPSL is the D League for professional soccer. So now I'm kind of curious, which teams are there? Here we go.
Eso,
Okay,
miren nomás.
there we go. So founded in Santa Ana, California. Cool. So let's see how many teams do they have. They have 7 conferences and they got number of teams 300 plus.
No mames.
Dang. Okay. So let's see here. Do they work the same way? You got Division 1 and Division 2. You got conferences. You got Central, Midwest, Mountain, Northeast, Southeast, Southwest, and Western. All right, let's look at it. But okay, here we go. This is better, actually. So you got the Premier Division. You got Northeast Conference. You got a bunch of, there's even more New York teams than I thought. FSA Pro, Hudson Valley's Hammers.
Yeah, because they're so ricos, way. You can fucking do anything in New York, man.
Yeah, look at all these. New York Contour United. Queens
might as well just call this the New York League.
Yeah. Real New York FC. Son of Queens FC. That is crazy. Let's see. You got some New Jersey teams. EFA Metro, New Jersey FC, New Jersey Alliance, North Jersey Alliance, Philadelphia Lone Star FC, and Sloan. All right. So that's Mid-Atlantic. Southeastern Conference, you got Georgia, Florida Central, Florida West, Florida South, but it's not showing anything. So I'm guessing there aren't any teams in those divisions of the Southeast Conference. Mid-South Conference, you have Expedition. You got Bowling Green FC.
But that's Bowling Green, Kentucky. Everyone always gets that confused. There's a Bowling Green, Ohio, and there's a Bowling Green, Kentucky. So I went to the Ohio one in the MAC, not the Bowling Green, Kentucky, which is Western Kentucky, which is in Conference USA, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yes. Pumas Premier. AFC 615. That's got to be a Tennessee area code. 615 Heroes.
Yeah, then it's definitely an area code there.
Yeah. Music City SC. Okay, I like that because it's not that far from Nashville and Memphis. Saints FC, USC Revolution, and We United FC. So Tennessee's got a few development teams. Okay. Midwest Conference, you got East Division, Ames Soccer Club, City United SC, Detroit Union SC, Detroit United. There's a lot of Detroit teams. Nice. FC Berlin, Hamtramck City FC. A lot of Michigan teams in the development league. Inter Detroit and Rebels FC. Cool. Central Division, you got Mad City FC, Bavarian Majors, United Serbian FC, Springfield FC, Iowa Raptors FC. And so I'm guessing they're just developing these conferences because there's nothing in the West or South. Central Conference, you have North, South, and Earth? What the hell is
No
Earth?
sé, güey. Qué raro.
Earth?
On the hearth.
Sorry, guys, we're going on this little side tangent, but it's like this is kind of fascinating to see. All just to find FC Southwest. But anyway,
The
this is fun.
division.
Yeah, this is weird. Okay,
Qué
so
raro.
you got Houston FC, Round Rock FC.
Wow,
Cool.
Round Rock. I did not know that.
So they have a developmental team. Nice. Maybe check them out. Capital City SC in Austin. San Antonio Surf SC. So they got a development team in San Antonio. And Heat Futures. No.
Fututres.
Fututres in Laredo. Oh, okay. And then there's a West Texas and New Mexico division, but there's nothing in it. Okay.
Maybe they're in a different
Southwest,
division of.
maybe. Southwest Conference now. Arizona, Nevada. You got Las Vegas Legends. I guess students of Las Vegas FC. I'm guessing that's for students of UNLV, maybe.
Probablemente.
Villarreal, Las Vegas Academy. Okay. East Valley United Pro in Mesa, Arizona. East Valley United Elite. Okay. So you got elite. I figured elite would also mean pro, but no, that's neither here or there. FC Arizona, FC Arizona U23, Olympians FC,
Barca Residency.
Barca Residency USA. I don't know if I said that correctly because that's
Barca.
Portuguese, I believe.
No, it's Barca.
Tucson Maccabees.
Maccabees.
Maccabees, I guess, yeah. Western Conference. Got Colorado, nothing there. Nothing in Colorado. Nothing in Mountain. Oh, but you got Mountain, sorry. You got Boise Cutthroats FC. Okay, what a name.
Okay.
Congo FC. Utah Saints SC. African Stars. Real Salt Lake U19. FC Spider. Sierra Nevada FC Thunder. And Battleborn FC. And these other ones. So, but where's UC Southwest? So, if they're in this league, where are they? Or did I miss them?
I don't know. I could have sworn I just saw
accurate
it.
information. Okay, let's
maybe
backtrack.
they're trying to get this stuff.
We're on a mission, folks, to find FC Southwest, and I don't see it. Oh, but here it is. Oh, they don't have a page for it. That's why. So it's there on the map, as you can clearly.
Yeah, as you can tell, it's there. It just didn't want to.
Yeah, as you can clearly see on the map here, folks. It's right here. So it's within, like I said, the United Premier Soccer League, developmental league. So yeah,
I'm guessing the wiki page just hasn't been set up. You know.
Well, you know,
tecnología, güey. It's estúpido a veces.
Well, at least now we know where FC Southwest is in a developmental league, and we got the Locomotive as Division 2 team. So, sorry for that side tangent, but it was just kind of curious how soccer, football organizes itself compared to the other major sports teams here in the U.S. Since American football ranks king here. That's what we're so used to, how it's structured, how the NFL is structured. So to look at how football is structured is always an eye opener, you know.
Yeah, en el futuro, güey, vamos a aprender más de fútbol, especialmente en nuestros equipos, especialmente mi Cruz Azul, Cruz Azul.
Ajá, I'm more of America, but yeah.
La máquina celeste.
Anyway, guys, that was kind of interesting to find out.
But yeah, so at the current moment, we went on this crazy ass tangent on football. Hopefully in the future we'll try to condense stuff like that, not get so carried away. But it was interesting, not gonna lie, learning about the different football leagues and all that. But
at least we know for El Chuco, we got, the Locomotive, which is a Division 2 pro team.
Yes, and
we have SC Southwest, which is a pro developmental team. So I'm wondering if the Locomotive will do affiliation with FC Southwest, to like maybe get the team to come up into a higher division, or bring in developmental teams into that Division 2 pro league. I don't know. It's I'm sure it would have to work similar to what the G League and then the NBA does.
Only time will tell us. But yeah, so at this point, we didn't really have much else as far as El Paso sports. But I kind of wanted to, just kind of shoot the shit for a few minutes before we wrap this up. So just kind of things that especially about El Paso, there's a lot of people like to say that there's really not much to do there. That a lot of times people will go there and not be enthralled. At least the people that live there will say that, which is kind of weird to me because we grew up there the majority of our lives. Y hay tantas cosas de hacer, güey. There's so many things to do. You just gotta know where to look, and you just gotta have a fucking open mind. And I get it. We're not like San Antonio or Dallas or Austin, but I mean, we're getting there if we just have some fucking patience.
There's always something to do. And for people that say that to me, it's just like saying, "Oh, pues, esta gente no quieren hacer nada."
Yeah, they don't. They just
It's like,
either they're too spoiled with like they're just they expect so fucking much, and it's just like, dude, be happy with what you have, man. There's a lot of worse shit that happens in these other cities comparatively to El Paso. So I mean, I don't know, man. You got to take the good with the bad. And you know,
yeah,
going to UTEP games is fucking badass. I don't give a shit what anyone says. They're fun. And then as far as other places that we've tended to go, I mean, going to Ascarate or Memorial Park, you know, shit like that is fun, you know. A lot of open
yeah,
space, places to cook out, you know. I'm hoping to
yeah, man.
like one of my ideas hopefully for because I'm in the process of planning the the reunion for El Paso High because we went to El Paso High and I'm in the process of planning that and we have a
Viva
few
la
options.
high, cabrón.
Viva la High. So yeah, we're in the process of trying to figure out where to go and hopefully one of the options is Memorial Park. Maybe just do a carne asada there and just chill and shit.
Oh,
That would be fucking amazing.
bro.
You know, unas
Quiero.
cervecitas, güey. Mm.
Ah, delicioso. Okay, yo
Yeah, I
quiero,
know, dude.
bro.
Yeah,
Oh, man. You're making
se
me
moja
think
mi
about
boca
it.
también, dude. Like my mouth, my mouth is watering, way.
Yeah, I mean, as far as all the parks that we've been to back home, I would say Memorial Park is my favorite one. My second favorite one would be Madeline Park.
Yeah, Malin Park. It
Okay,
was
okay. I actually, I'll go top three parks back home. It would be Memorial because it's just so big, a lot to do, a lot of running around, so much space. Madeline because of the tree cover and the basketball court. It's just a nice little hangout. And Mission Hills.
I mean, but
Even though
that's near our area at least because we didn't.
I know that's the ones we went to, but they are, I think, pretty good. I know there's other parks out there, but I think those are at least me, those are my top three parks, like to go hang out and chill.
I don't know. I like
So,
Cascarate too. It's pretty chill. If
oh
I mean, if
yeah,
you know where to
oh
hang out at.
yeah, and you got the golf course there. It's like one of the it's on the low end golf course where anybody can go. I feel they could do a better job of keeping it to make it look nicer,
Yeah,
but it's a little bit, like I said, it's on the cheaper end of golf course if you're into golfing. Like so you go hang
The
out.
country club's pretty good for that shit too.
El Paso Country Club, yeah, there it's a beautiful club. I have not gotten a chance to play on that course yet, but it's a beautiful place to go visit, especially when you go out for like certain events. We had you and I both had our junior and senior prom there.
And
It was
banquets and
always well,
shit. Yeah.
actually, no, I take that back. I had my junior prom there. My senior prom was at the depot, this train depot. But
Yeah.
still a beautiful, but it's not like the only occasion. Like you and I, we actually were able to have we went to our grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary there. It was always fun.
Hmm.
So I was like, when I go back home, I like to maybe play around with some people. Say, hey, let's go try the country. I don't know how expensive it is, but I hear it's on the higher end because it's more of the high end golf course. But anyway, it's got it's affordable. It's a
Yeah,
cheaper end.
Cascarate.
Anyone can play there. So like you got that to do at Escarate. You also can fish. You're allowed to do fishing there as long as you have a permit and just look and hang out. And for those of you that don't know, that was like that was the original place for Western Playland.
Yeah, ahorita
That
Western Playland is in New Mexico at Sunland Park, but it's still technically owned by the same family and shit. So it is an El Paso theme park, just now it's located in New Mexico.
Yeah, but nonetheless, they still have a few old relics that you'll find there mascot at the park that shows you, hey, this is where Western Playland was founded.
Yeah.
And so that's a nice place to go. But what else? I mean, I know they just recently built a couple of water parks across town, which I'm like, I mean,
Oh, is it
yeah,
the
that's
Lost Kingdom? Miss? Yeah, it's
right. I mean, that's nice. I mean, it would have been nice if you had something like here in North Richland Hills, like NRH2O, that kind of water, a small but not too big water park. That would have been nice.
well, I
I
mean, then
mean,
the Western Playland, dude. You just go on the outskirts of El Paso, and Western Playland's right there. I know a lot of people don't think too highly of it now, but when we were
it just
kids,
feel
man, it was
yeah.
fucking. I mean, like, granted, I get why, but even then, when we were kids, it was pretty badass. Like, we had great times at Wet and Wild. So
Oh yeah, Wet and Wild. Yeah, it's right there in Anthony. Which is, I just feel the owners could do. I mean, it's been a long time since I was last there, but it could do a few more renovations to give it a fresher look, and I think it'll be great. But and it is what it is. We always have fun there in Wet and Wild.
but in generality, like those are just a few things as far as like parks, water parks. I mean, there's also like a bunch of hiking trails, man. The Franklin
Yeah,
Mountains, that's
yeah,
the last part of the Rockies and all that shit. Like, there's a lot of hiking trails within El Paso that you can go to,
yep.
and it's a desert, so you can even go into the arroyos and all that shit. There's a lot to do as far as like nature and all that.
Yeah, I have personally haven't gone hiking in the Franklin Mountains. I would like to, but because of how dangerous it is, there's been many instances of people getting lost and people getting hurt. So our parents were quick to like, no, sorry, But now it's like I like to give it a shot
Yeah,
because it.
nowadays, I mean, at this point, you just know how to be careful. You know what to do and what not to do. Yeah, you just go and be careful.
Uh-huh.
But it's still a fun place to go hiking and all that. And then again, now that we have more of these sports teams like football and baseball, we have stuff to do. And hockey también. We just talked about the Rhinos last week, El Paso Rhinos. And then even the zoos, like the El Paso Zoo, is still pretty good. I mean, I understand there's a lot of people. Again, there's people like, oh, well, it's not as big as Dallas or Austin or San Antonio, and it's like, dude, just be happy we even fucking have a goddamn zoo. Like, shit,
I
seriously.
know. It's like, what do you it's like? What you trying to compare to like San Diego? San Diego, I think it's like the biggest zoo in the United States. I'll have to check on
And
that, but
granted,
it
yes,
was
I'm not gonna,
huge.
yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say that
But
things don't need improvement in El Paso, but there is a lot to do if you actually set your mind to it. And there's
look
definitely
for it,
art
yeah.
museums, like, native art museums. And as far as like places to go, there's a bunch of like rec centers that you can go like play ball at and all that shit.
Yeah, I
Especially
mean,
like
like,
is it Pat O'Rourke?
yeah, the paddle work, which
Yeah,
used to
Pat
be the
O'Rourke
old.
is pretty badass. I like Pat O'Rourke, the rec
Anyone can
center there.
go and chill. I mean, it used to be the old YMCA, but that closed down a long time ago. I don't know if they're going to repurpose the entire building. They should. I mean, come on now. Also, I mean, yeah, like you said, the El Paso Museum of Art is night. It's not as big as Dallas's art museum, but it still holds some good stuff and good exhibits when they come to town. Um, I mean, we used to have the Insights Museum before it was torn
Yeah, but we're
down,
sorting out for
and
Southwest Parkway.
I know I just wish they would have just relocated it somewhere else to where people can still go and experience that kind of stuff that they would have there. It's like, dude, that's awesome shit that we would go and see all the scientific things and physics and science and all that. It was great, and for them to not relocate it somewhere else really upset me. It's like, man, you're taking that you're taking that away from kids that could learn from stuff like that. And that was a shame. What else? I mean, with the Paul Park being made downtown, the revitalization of downtown is really, really come a long way. So a lot of shops, a lot of stores, like shopping downtown is getting a lot better.
And granted, yeah,
It's looking fresher.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and granted, yes, they could have gone a little bit faster on the construction. That I know that was a huge issue for many years. I heard it everywhere. Everyone complained about it. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm with y'all. I get it. That took way too fucking long. But I mean, it looks a little bit better now. The only thing that was a little frustrating was the trolley system. Like the way they set it up was a little bit convoluted. If they had just set it a certain way that didn't fuck with the flow of traffic, I think it would have been pretty nice. Because again, El Paso used to have that, so they were trying to go back to a tradition that they once had, and it was pretty nice, especially with going down Stanton, having that hill almost like San Francisco style, trolleys and
Yeah.
shit.
Well, and what's also the problem that kind of upset me is like, why not bring back the original routes that the trolley system had? I think the reason they had the trolley system set up a certain way before, why not revitalize that? But they
That's because
changed certain routes.
they're trying to get people directly to it, which I understand, but you're now fucking with the flow of traffic on Stanton, and
Yeah.
that
Oh,
street is already
Stanton.
busy as it is. I mean,
Stanton is
it's
so
still something though to experience to go on a trolley like that because it's a nicer old time experience, but it's fine. Like I still think that is still something unique. I mean, and then
oh
just in
yeah, it
general,
is.
the overall allure of El Paso is a lot nicer than people make it out to be. Even going on the Fort Bliss is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I've been there a couple of times. It's not a bad place to visit.
Yeah,
Um,
going on base is there's a lot of stuff that they have on base that you won't see in town because of all the people coming in from other stations, other bases across the country. So you'll see something like, oh, that's cool.
and
That's
then
awesome.
okay, and then for all you people that love like plants and all that shit, the lower valley in El Paso has a lot of plant nurseries and stuff to visit. So there's a lot to do there. You just gotta know where to look and what to find. You know, anybody can find a place for themselves in El Paso, whether you believe it or not. But again, people have just been so bitter at everything else. Oh, y también tenemos Top Golf, tenemos
Oh
Alamo
yeah.
Draft House. Like we have a bunch of stuff, man.
Yeah,
Like
the ice sky thing that opened up recently, that too. I mean, it's getting there, man. I mean, it's slowly attracting things that we need. I mean, there's a lot of great places, a lot of great restaurants, great places to go eat, have drinks that have
and
opened
maybe
up.
we could cover that aspect of El Paso in another episode because I don't want to get too prolonged on this because I'm trying to
Right.
make the UTEP Tuesdays a little bit more of a shorter episode to try and make it fun, especially for people that are from El Chuco.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of just want to chill and shoot the shit. And if you're a person from El Chuco and want to kind of come on the show, pues pregúntanos, like ask us. Like we're more than happy to have people. It's even content creators. I know some buddies that would love to do this shit. Hopefully, I can get in contact with them soon. Maybe we can discuss a few things. We can maybe do that. That's another thing I think we can add to our UTEP Tuesdays. Add people who are from El Paso and just kind of talk a little bit. You know?
Absolutely. I'm down for that. I'm down to have that kind of a podcast. I mean, a lot of other people on YouTube do the same thing. So hey, let's do it.
Claro, güey,
I'm
claro.
down.
Pero
I'm down.
entonces es todo que queremos decir. Like that's all we wanted to say. Like we didn't have much else to say today. We just were happy that UTEP has been doing well. I saw FC El Paso win their Copa Tejas, and I thought that was pretty badass. So, yeah, I think pretty good episode. We talked a little bit more about things to do in El Paso. We went on a little bit of a fucking, you know, down a rabbit hole of, football clubs and leagues and shit. But está bien, way. We would love to do more of this stuff. But yeah,
Mhm.
that's all we had time for today, mi gente. Suscríbete a mi canal y hasta el próximo, mi gente. Adiós. Paz. Go Miners. Go
Paz.
Miners.
Well, miners.
Y también sigue a MarkTip25 en Spotify, Greenroom, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram y TikTok.